So today, Yosef has been very kind to share some gold nuggets with us on the basic level of System 501. And let's give him a big welcome. We're all very happy to have him share some gold nuggets with us today. Um,
All right, thank you, Dr. Phil, to have me attend this great session of Zoom. I think it's more than 3 or 4 countries. I think I just do what my good friend asked me to do. I just share something that for the past 5 to 10 years I've been doing. So this is a little bit about me. Uh, so hopefully after this pandemic is over, we can travel again and we can meet in the best restaurant in Bangsa. Very important to us to know the golden rule of this business. Golden rule of this business is a simple word called "This is my business." So it's not depend to the leaders or to the sponsor or to the to success in this business, but it all depends to us, to ourselves. So just keep remembering the golden rule. This is my business. So it's not your leader's business. And so we start with the 5 activity loop. This is the basics of the well-known. I don't know about well-known. I don't think it's well-known. It's promoted very well, I think, by Joko. But it's a very common system network. So this 5 activity loop is the basics of what we do as a network. Okay, number one is okay, this is the activity loop, so you cannot switch the number. Let's say you start with number 3 and then the second you start with number 5. You cannot do that because this is a loop. So you must do it from the first step, number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. So number 1 is write down the name list. Make an appointment is number 2. Presentation is number 3. Number 4 is follow up, and number 5 is follow the system. So uh, this system is already proven, I think, more than 40 years. I learned it first about 20 years ago with one of the, you know, United States rock star network marketer. He's very famous. You guys probably know it. The late Jim Dorner, and he's from Network 21, and also from the big guy like Randy Gates or something. So this is the 5 activity loop. So when everyone is new to the business, everybody who join network marketing, either that it's Enagic business or it's a cryptocurrency business or anything that related to the network marketing or direct selling, we should know this 5 activity loop. And this is the first thing to do for the new people when sign up or join the business. Let's start with number 1. So, okay. Number 1 is make the name list. Now, this is, I think, it's a very simple thing, but most people, because it's so simple, they sometimes forget to do it because it's kind of weird, It's just like a simple thing. I have my contact names in my phone. Why should I write down? That's the problem with us, the technology. We have the smartphone, we have the iPad and everything. But usually, people won't do this because it's very simple. But the thing is, we are a human being that that can forget something or someone, right? We cannot remember about those names or on our smartphone contact. So it's just like you plan something, you build a new business, you build a project. You need to build a new team. Let's say you build a restaurant, you just write down maybe you're planning to, okay, I'm gonna have her to become my staff. I'm gonna have him to become my chef, something like that. So write down all the names you are planning to do it to make the team. So it must be written. So the two important keys in writing the name list is written down. I sometimes use book and also type it in the Excel in my laptop. Maybe I just write down everything. The names, and don't pick or choose when you do that. Like you are thinking of a name, right? And then suddenly you when you're thinking about someone, and then you sometimes we decide first. Let's say I'm thinking about introducing this business to Philip, and when I try to think about Philip, and and my minds will start, like, oh, I think Philip not fit in this business because he's own a restaurant. He's a rich guy. He's a handsome guy, famous guy. He's very busy. I don't think he fit in this business. So we start to like creating, like a director in a movie. It's a human being nature. So don't do that. Don't pick or choose. Every time you remember a name or you see the name in your smartphone and you know them very well, just write down. Don't be the police, judge, and jury. just write the name. Okay, so written and don't pick or choose. Okay, there's a priority scale in the name list. Okay, I used to make a table or a column in the Excel. Okay, let's start with this. Okay, it's prior the name list, right? So how to prior the name list is you write down the name, and maybe you don't have to write down the address, just their phone maybe, or just their name and some description about maybe some of those guys have the same name, so you don't forget it. So you write down the name, and there's a column that I type on the FAST. You guys can see it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now the F means financially. Remember this. F is financial. A is ambition. Ambition, like a person who really willing to work hard to get something, to achieve goals. The ambition is A. S is kind of smart or super. What do you call super? It's a friendly kind of thing. There's a people who introvert, and there's a people who extrovert. Smart means like they like to hang out with people. They have so many friends. Okay. The T is teachable. What is teachable? Teachable is those guys are willing to hear or willing to hurt someone, or maybe if you become their friend, you said something to them and they are listening. So T is teachable. Okay. Now let's try this with a small demo. Let's say I have Budi, Ani, Rita, Frida, Vincent, Andre. Say, write down the name and I think about it. Let's do this. Let's say Budi. When I write down Budi, I remember he's very more richer than me. As a financially, he's better than me. So if that guy, those people, financially is better than us, write the number of 3. Means there are financially better than us, number 3. So, and as an ambition, Budi is not so good because his ambition is under me. So we write number 1. So with the smart and teachable. Let's try with Vincent. Vincent is it's the same financially equal to me. It's not richer, it's not poorer, right? So it's equal to me. So I write number 2. And ambition is Vincent is quite more ambition than me, so I score him number 3. He's more smarter than me. I score him number 3. He's but not so good in hearing people. Vincent is like when I talk to him, he talk to me more than listen. So I put score number 1. So these scores you put in the SP is it should be supposed to be PS is priority scale. So you total those numbers, okay, and then let's do this. If the priority scale is number 4 to 6, it called less potential. So it's not our first target. Okay, it's gonna help us to practice. So we're gonna use those type of scale, those type of people for practice. Okay, if the score is 7 to 9, it's potential. So those people are potential, and if we want to present anything to them, just ask for your leader to observe. So it's okay for you to do it yourself, but you better ask your leader to observe. You do it, but ask your leader to observe. Okay. If the priority scale is 10 to 12, then those people are very potential. Those are the main goal, the main target. So with those priority scale, you work with your team leaders to process this group. So make a consultation. In the future, I'm going to tell you about this. So you guys clear about this? Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So the key of your name list is you must keep adding your name list by prospecting, because to be succeed in this network or direct selling industry, so you must at least have 100 to 200 name lists. Then you can have something to do with it. So if you don't have it yet, it's okay. Just write down. Maybe you get 50 or 60 or 70. It's okay. But you can keep adding your name list by prospecting. See, the keyword of prospecting is not the things you do on your daily basis of building your business. Prospecting must be like something like it's a habit. You're like meeting a new people, get his name card, get his contact, and just say hello to them maybe in a few days more. So it's not the main daily business you do. It's just for adding your name list, right? So you must do it from now. Don't wait until you finish your name list. Let's say you have 50 name lists and you just start prospecting at the 45. You're gonna be in trouble, because prospecting needs time. Okay. Now we're gonna move up to number 2 in the activity loop is invite and make an appointment. So make an appointment is the keyword is now, no delay. So after you write down your name list, just do it now. Don't wait until maybe tomorrow, the day after tomorrow. No, just do it now. Because when you write down the name list, you have the momentum to build your business. The momentum is very important. So, but there's a preparation for inviting. This is something you prepare. So you do it before you invite someone. Okay. Number 1, consult with your leaders, with your sponsor, with your upline. So consult, right? So every good professional networker must have consult session with their leaders. Minimum once a week. You can do it online. It's okay. With Zoom, okay. Consult with her. Okay. Number two, have the opportunity of opportunity giver attitude. Like you're not selling something, but this is I'm talking about what's in your heart, what's in your mind. Okay, you're not selling something, but you are trying to give people a very good opportunity. So you must have this mindset. So when you pick up your phone and try to call that people, those kind of people, if you have this mindset in your mind, in your heart, the voice they heard is the voice of a person who wants to give an opportunity, not the person who wants to selling SD 501, F look 8, blah blah blah, right? So you're not a salesman. It's okay. Let me put it this way: if you have big project, let's say I have a $10 million project, and I want to Philip to get involved with me. How do I call Mr. Philip? I'm not begging him anything. I'm not gonna ask him anything. So I'm gonna be very excited, and I'm gonna tell him, "Hey, I got this $10 million project. I remember you as my good friend, and I want you to be in my project. I'm not promising you anything, but if it's work, you can get lots of profit and make a good business." So that's a opportunity giver attitude, not selling. If I call Philip, about this machine that uh, can make a water, blah blah blah. It will be, those guys won't interest anymore. Number three is do a phone session with your leaders also, just to practice. Just to practice. Number four, avoid explaining business in phone call. Okay, if you guys ever try this, explain someone uh, about something, about your business, about your product in the phone,
Very common mistake.
yeah, it's 100 million% fail. It's not going to be happen. So avoid explaining business in the phone call. Okay, I'm gonna try to teach you guys with some keywords later on when you make a phone call. Okay. Okay. Wait a minute. This guy's somebody who chats. Okay. Wait. There's a chat. Okay. Okay. Now, number five is invite twice the amount of your goal. Let's say if you want to invite people, right, your goal is to invite 5 people. 5 people is your goal to attend on those meeting you have. Maybe in the Zoom at this COVID. After COVID, before COVID, we can have like table talk or small meeting. If you want to invite 5 people, you invite double. So you must invite 10 people, 15 people. I show you why later on. Number 6 is, if possible, also invite their spouse. So many times, I don't know about in outside, I don't know about you guys, but in here, this is very, 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 very important, because so many times people hold their decision, like holding back their now, you must join now, but they're holding back because they want to ask their spouse, their husband, their wife, So if possible, you invite their spouse. You're gonna have the chance to close the deal at that moment. Okay. Number 7 is practice. Okay. Now we continue to the steps in making an appointment. All right. Number 1, pick up your phone and start dialing and call. Number 1 is short chit chat. I used to have these three frame: family, hobby, and work. I just ask them, how's your family? Are you still doing your hobby? How's work? How's business? That's it. That's a short chit chat, right? Then I start to give reason for short talk. This is a very, you need to practice this in order to like, or you can write down at the first time. I remember I do this in the first time. I write down all of this, and slowly doing it is okay. But after maybe 10 to 15 times, you get more professional, right? So after how's your family? How's your hobby? Are you still doing your basketball? No. Are you? How's your work? How's your restaurant? How's your business? Then number two, I start to give reason for sure. Hey, Phil, I'm sorry to be directly speak to you because I'm in the middle of a meeting. Maybe I'm driving now, or I'm gonna have to pick up my kids. Just this the small reasons to give their attention that we only have a very short time. Give reason for short time. You guys get it?
Yeah.
Okay. You can write down if you want to ask about this later on. Yeah, we have this question and answer session. Number three is okay. This is very important. Free up your prospect time. Now, this is very important. Okay, if you call someone and if you want to invite these people, this man, this woman, to have a private session or attend Zoom meeting, anything else, it's very important you don't say a word about something like this. Are you free on Monday? Are you free on Tuesday? Are you free on Saturday? Don't do that. Because if you ask, are you free on those days? The answer is no. Monday to Sunday, no. So don't say, are you free on those days? So what you say is, listen, you choose Monday or Thursday better for you to have a private talk with me. So I repeat it again, okay? You choose Wednesday or Friday is the best time for you to have a private talk to me about this project. If we are like common people, right? If you are given 2 days, we must choose. They will choose. Even let's say you give Wednesday or Friday, but those 2 days are busy for them, but they eventually will give you a day. That's the key. The key thing is they will give you a day. If you like ask them to choose, right? Monday or Saturday will be better. Breakfast time, lunch time, or coffee time or dinner time will be better for you. So it called free up your prospect time. Okay. Number 4 is always invite to a meeting. So I'm not saying it's not good to have a private one. It's good, but meeting it more bring like we do this Zoom, so many people on the screen, people will get excited more. Let's do a small one like 3 or 4 people. So it's very important. Consult first with your leaders and have your leader, prepare everything. Invite some of guys in the Zoom meeting. So always invite to a meeting, because for me, a meeting is the showroom. It's a showroom. If you want to buy a car, you don't like buy just read it in the online or in the magazine. You must go to the showroom and test drive and everything. For me, meeting is a showroom for our business. So number 5, if they ask about the business, always give short answer and end it with a question. Okay, this is a little bit tricky one, but very work in those years. If they ask about the business, okay, always give short answer. Mean like this. some people are scared, you invite them to have a private meeting, to have a talk, tell him about the project, tell her about this opportunity. Many people are scared, okay, what is this? Is this, um, the MLM word, are this a selling thing? Are you going to try to selling me things, So if they ask about the business, just give them, let's say, if they ask, is this network marketing? What's your answer should? If me, I will answer, okay, what is your knowledge about network marketing? Or maybe I just answer them with the question, what do you know about network marketing? And they start, like, this is not good business and blah, 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 blah. So, oh, so what you do is, you agree with them. Oh, that's true. I'm agree with that. So let's talk on Wednesday or Friday. You have time, and if they maybe, is this about a product you are trying to sell? Just ask them. Just answer them with the question: are you like to selling a product? If they answer, I'm not. I'm. I don't like selling a product. You must agree with them. True, I'm agree with you. I also don't like to sell the product. So Monday or Saturday is the perfect time for you. You always answer those questions with the questions and free up their time. Always do that. It's don't bring any conclusion or don't tell about those business. It's a trap. It's a trap for us. Okay, you can ask me about this later on. Number 6 is confirm 2 days before the event. So this is a very common thing. Okay, let's go to number 3, presentation and follow-up. You guys still with me? Okay.
Yeah, we are here.
Okay. This is the business cycle. This is the business cycle. You must be very aware of this. Okay, what is the main goal if you guys want to do a presentation? What is the main goal? Now, I know some of you guys, most of you, answer me like, the main goal of my presentation is to close a deal, to make a sales, right? Maybe I'm a little bit weird about this, but I tell you, it's been working for more than 15 years. If you do a presentation, your goal is not to close sales. Your goal is to have at least their time in the future in order for you can follow up them. Okay, let me repeat it once again. If you do a presentation, your goal in your mindset is not to close a deal. It's not to close the sales. But the main goal is you get another time in the future of their time in order for you to follow up them. See, if the main goal is close the deal, and most of them didn't buy or didn't join the business at that time, you will get upset and disappointed, right? But if your main goal is only for their time in the future, that's easy. Let's say on Monday you do a presentation. After finish, the first thing you ask is, okay, are you available on Thursday or Saturday? I'm gonna introduce you to my leaders. I'm gonna show you something a little bit more. Have their time in the future. Okay, how long I'm gonna tell you lately. But the goal of your presentation is follow up. Now, because this is a business cycle, it goes round and around like this, And when you do a follow up, what is your goal? Your goal is to do another presentation. Okay, this is very weird, So let me give you an example. Like I have this guy, Um, first, I remember it's my no, no, it's my third units. It's my second 2A. So it's my third unit. This guy is very busy. I know he's have a lot of money. He's very very well known person. He has a lot of friends. So I managed to get time to do a presentation. So the goal is gonna need his time in the future to do follow up. So when I do and I succeeded to do that, I follow up in the next 3 days after the first presentation. So I get the schedule, I came, we meet, I do the follow up. So I'm gonna tell you about those words in follow up. What words will properly set in the follow up. But when I do the follow up, my goal in my head is to do a presentation. To who? To his friend. So I asked this. His name is Richard, right? So Richard, do you know any people, maybe your family or your friend, who have problem with, like health issues, or maybe some people you are willing to help them to, get their financially get better and start a business. You know those kind of things. And Richard start, like he start talking. Oh yeah, this guy, those guy, this mom, those mom, this kid, those kid, this man, those men. He like doing so many names. So what I do is I pick a name. So I ask him to pick a name to have a meeting with. And the next 2 days, we meet the guy on his house, and it turned out to be the man needed the machine, so he bought the SD501. And Richard was like, "Oh my God, I'm doing sales." Yes, Richard, you're doing sales, but I didn't do anything. No, Richard, you do something. You invite people to meet, and in that time, Richard start. Oh, this is working. Okay, this is a very simple. This is Richard bought like 3 SD501 at that time. From there on, one of his team is one of my big leg. So that is the conclusion of the business cycle. Presentation. The goal is follow up. Follow up. The goal is presentation. Okay, let's move on to. Okay, this is a very. Okay. Now we have Zoom, much easier, one-on-one. You can do webinar, and yeah, I don't know about you guys, but back then when I started with those guys, I make about, I think, more than 10 videos. Standard presentation. So it's better for you to have those videos, so you can send a link. But it's okay if you don't have any kind of video now. It's okay. You can get it later. Okay. Now we gonna move to the keyword. The keyword when you do a presentation or a follow-up. There's 4 keywords. Number 1 is great business. Has a working system. Number 3 is 1 to 2 years. You get 20K USD in a month. Number 4, if you feel it suits you, we can work together as team. Okay, this keyword you must remember in your mind, in your head, right? So every time, and it needs to be practiced, of course, practice. So every time you talk to someone in your presentation, in your follow-up, you must add this keyword. It's very important. You must add this keyword, and those keywords, like an anchor to their mind. And I often repeat it at least 3 or 4 times. Like we don't get distracted with, I don't know about Mr. Philip Tim. I don't do demo, like the demo of the water, the alkaline pH, the coloring water, blah blah blah. I don't do that, because if you do that, it took a long long time. I'm gonna teach you later on. Okay, I use this keyword, when I talk to about any kind of business, including maybe Enagic. So I repeat it 3 to 4 times. This is a great business. I talk again, maybe some words, and it has a working system. I talk again in some words, and then in the next 1 or 2 years in the future, you will get 20,000 US dollar a month. Wow, that's a lot of money. If you get those income, you can do anything you want, And number 4, if I talk again some words, and then I do it. If you feel it suits you, we can work together as a team. So I talk again and I repeat it. I talk again and repeat it. So in my presentation, those keywords repeatedly, like back sound in their head, So they're going to go back home and remembering these 4 keywords. They don't remember about the left look SD 501. They don't remember about the enhancer. They don't remember about the electrolysis. They don't remember about the 9.5, 8.5. They don't remember. They remember this. That's the important about the keyword. Okay. Now, if after you do the presentation with those keywords added, you can do 90% your business with follow-up. Follow-up is 90%. Why? Because the goal of presentation, of course, is follow-up. So, follow-up is the process to help people to start their business properly. Okay. We are not actors, like movie actors, but it's not wrong for us to learn to become a movie actor. Why I said that? Because maybe we must start thinking positively. Everybody we tell about our opportunity, about our business, in our mind, we start to thinking everyone is joining us. Even though sometimes, this is not good for me. I cannot do this. I cannot buy that. It's too expensive. It's okay. Don't get distracted with those words. In your mind, they're all attracted with your opportunity. So, follow-up is the process to help people to start their business properly. So, in your mind, you must assume they are willing to try to start. So, you must help them. Number 2 is learn to follow up with the right way from your active and closest client. Of course, you need to practice and consult one more time. And do follow up in 48 hours. Okay, after you do a presentation, maximum is 48 hours. If you do it in night, maybe 3 days maximum. You must follow up those guys maximum in 48 hours, after your presentation. Why? After that, they don't remember a thing. 48 hours is the maximum. So your presentation will become vain if you didn't continue with follow-up. Even you do a very nice, catchy presentation, if you didn't do follow-up, they will gone, vain. They didn't remember. Okay. Now, duplication is something we and our team do, right? But it starts with you. So you must have these goals, 90 days goal. If you ever read the book called The 12-Week Year, Brian P. Moran, 12-Week Year, get the book. It's amazing. It's about 90 days game plan. Make a minimum. Number 1 is make a minimum 100 name list. Number 2, do a 90 presentation in 90 days, of course. This is a 90 days goal, 3 months goal. and sponsor at least 4 people in 30 days. It's not in Enagic business. If you do this 90 days game plan in any kind of business, even I do it in my cryptocurrency business, it works. Sponsor 4 people in 30 days. Okay. If you guys want to take picture of this, you can take picture of it. Okay. I heard that. Okay, let's continue. Learn as fast as you can how to do a presentation on your own, of course. Okay, what you learn about the presentation is the storyline. You don't have to be perfect in delivering presentation. You don't have to be like smart. People don't listen to your smart presentation. People don't care about your great presentation. They don't care. Just learn the storyline. Okay, the first time I'm gonna tell them about this, deliver them about this. If I start with the health issues, I start with the health issues, and then don't forget, after some words, add those 4 keywords. This is a great business, and then continue to another storyline, and then don't forget the second keywords. It has a working system, and maybe after you get into the 8-point system, don't forget to add, if we do this, do you know this? If we do this 1 or 2 years ahead, we get 20,000 US dollar a month at least, and add another storyline and add the last keyword. Those things you must learn as fast as you can to do it on your own. All right, because I sponsor with my leader, and the first time he introduced me with business, I tell him, teach me 5 times, and then I won't bother you anymore. So I learned from him a lot. So it's not how good your presentation is, but how many times you do it. Remember, it's a numbers game. Okay, we're gonna proceed to numbers game. Remember the first time I said that I'm not trying to teach you anything. I just share about what I'm doing. This is a pin that I made, pin that I put on my team. Just for appreciation to the team. To the people under my group to succeed in these goals. I call it Gold Eagle because Gold Eagle is someone or a person who do 30 presentations in a month, despite the result. Don't worry about the result. Maybe some guys in our team do 10 presentations, have a 5 units volume. Maybe some guy in our team do 20 presentations, have only 3 unit sales. Maybe some guys already do 30 presentations but 0 sales. It's okay. It's not about the result. It's about the work. A person who do 30 presentations in a month for the next 3 months in a row, very important, in a row, it's a gold eagle. And I often bring those guys who achieve gold eagle. Hey, come on, have a lunch together, have a great dinner together. Take them to the nice restaurant just to appreciate, I pay them to watch new movie is coming, just a small prizes. Okay, if you guys watch or read GoPro or watch Eric Worre, you guys know about this, and I learned about the numbers game way before Eric Worre, doing networking pro. The numbers game I learned is from the late Jim Dornan on about 20 years ago, on the leadership bootcamp. And I also read his book, many books, number of presentation and percentage that join. This is the numbers game. If you do a 0 to 100, the percentage that join is 0 to 10%. You guys can take a picture of this. I think it's also quite important. Yeah. So let me try to do a little bit. Okay. The number of 100 to 400 is 10 to 20%. The number above 400 is 20 to 30%. Now, I mean about this number is not the one we did it alone. We do it alone, you know. Our group also counted. So let me ask you a question. If you want to have a 400 presentation in a month, so you can do it yourself? Of course not. You don't have the time. But if you have a small group of people, let's say 10 to 15 people who do 30 presentation every month, who is gold eagle, so your business is doing more than 300 or 400 presentation in a month. That's the key. Numbers game. These numbers are, you know, like mathematics. It's 1 plus 1 is 2, you know. You cannot change. Or maybe you, let's try to get more smarter, or let's change the PowerPoint. Let's change the storyline in order to maximum the percentage, to up the percentage. You cannot do that. Even you call someone who have expert in presentation for 15 years, the percentage is still the same. If you do 100 less, is 10%. Okay, this is the actual picture of the first. This is the first network marketing company I do. Yeah, this is the first network marketing I do. This is my first time as a network marketer. So I write down everything, you know. So the first month I do 30 presentation in a month. The number of people who join is 11. Who become active is 6. And wait, there's a picture. And from that group, I have 2 leaders. Okay, this is my first company, right? So the second month I do 37. The people who join is 12. I get 5 active people, and 1 of them is leader, and so on and so on. So if you see the totally presentation I do in 7 months is 248, and I get signed about 75 people joining my business at that time, and 36 is active, and I get only 8 leaders, a very small amount of leaders, only 8 leaders. So from those 8 leaders, I get around 10 to 15,000 in 15,000 US dollar in 2006, 2000 to 2010. Yeah, something like that. No, it was 1999. Oh my God, that's a long ago. 1999 up to 2003. Yeah. Okay. Often ordinary people feel this business is not running when in fact this business is running. The late Jim Dorner also. I love this guy, you know. He's a legend. What he's mean is this one. You know, I read about this and I confused, you know, what does it mean? You know? Now I'm trying to tell you simple things. There's a reasonable, there's unreasonable, you know. So if you do 10 presentation, you get 1 to 2 people join in your business. That's a reasonable number, okay? What's unreasonable? If you do 10 presentation, 10 people join. That's ridiculous, unreasonable. It's possible. if you invite 10 people, 2 or 3 people come. It's reasonable. So if you invite 10 or 15 come, ridiculous, unreasonable. If you get rejected, you get sad or disappointed, it's reasonable, it's normal. If you happy when you get rejected, it's not reasonable at all. So our mission is not to get all our friends to join our business, but our mission is to find people who want to work together in our business. These are the people we want to have them in our business. Okay. So selamat datang. Welcome to selection business. Selection. Okay. We're still gonna discuss about the numbers, but this time it's Eric Wood.
I expected that 5 people could get 5, could get 5, could get 5. That was my expectation. But that's not the reality in our world.
The video
You need
hanging.
to understand the
It's hanging.
statistics. You've got to understand some numbers.
Is it moving,
And
the
I'm gonna
video?
give you
No,
some
no, it's not
numbers
moving.
That
Video is stuck.
Oh my god.
Dr. Phil.
Okay.
I expected
Okay.
that 5 people could get 5, could get 5, could get 5. That was my expectation. But that's not the reality in our world. You need to understand the statistics. You've got to understand the numbers. And I'm going to give you some numbers that you may or may not like, but they're true. Jim Rohn taught me you need to know your numbers, know the game you're in. What are the statistics that work in your business? What are the things that you should expect in your business? Out of every 100 distributors in network marketing, 70 of them are consumers. They recruit exactly 0 people. That's very common.
0
inside of our
people.
business. The second group of people that we call social enrollers. These people recruit between 1 and 2 people lifetime. 1 to 2 people lifetime. They love the product. They're willing to share, but they don't really want to build. Any recruiting happens by accident. Social enrollers. Out of 100, 20 are social enrollers. Or what we call retailers. They recruit 3 to 5 distributors lifetime. What they do primarily is sell and service customers. And out of 100, 5 of them fall into the retailer category. Fourth group, what we call the recruiters. They recruit 6 to 9 people over the kind of lifetime. They sell and service customers. They recruit and train other salespeople. Okay? Out of every 100, it's about 3 of those are recruiters. And group number 5 are what I call the super recruiters. They bring in 10 or more lifetime. They average 27. These statistics are all big data statistics. I'm not making them up. 2 out of 100 fall into that group. What I got to tell you is, in the super recruiter group, 70% of all recruits in network marketing are brought in by that group. So if we change these numbers to out of 10, you got 7 that are consumers, 2 social enrollers, 0.5 retailers, 0.3 recruiters, 0.2 super recruiters. Now, isn't this exciting? This is awesome. This is the reality. These are the numbers.
Okay. Isn't it exciting, guys? Those are the numbers. Okay. So, okay, you still see my screen, right? Yes, okay. So this is only the numbers game.
70 consumer
You know, like 70, 0, 20 to 1 or 2 people. You know, what
किसी
what
business से मतलब
what is Eric worry mean is
training
don't worry about
कितने
things.
invite
It's
कराना
numbers
है
game.
business
You know,
में?
it's not a marketing
कितने business
genius rocket
तो
science
सिर्फ
thing. You know, it's a numbers game.
तीन जड़े business
So,
leader हैं, जिससे दो जड़े सब super leader होते हैं,
the
100 जगह।
the interesting is our total group, our total sales is came in the future are from the super recruiters. Those guys like only small group of people, only 2 to 3 guys, 2 or 2 3 people, you know, bring more than 10 leaders. So that's the numbers. Super recruiters average recruit 27 people. You know, 90 days game plan, sponsored 4 people, and so on and so on. So these are super recruiters. So if you duplicate those gold eagle things, you know, we get a very small group of gold eagle doing a very large of business. That's the key thing. All right, 70% of distribution comes from the super recruiters. Okay. Direct sponsor, 30 direct sponsor within 180 days. That's the goal of my first, every time I do a business, this is the goal, 30 direct sponsor within 180 days. I manage my time to help the new team, you know, new guys, but I also proceed with my own goal, which is 30 direct sponsor within 180 days. And 20 direct sponsor within 90 days. It's mean I break it down, you know. And 10 direct sponsor within 60 days also means I have to make 4 direct sponsor within 15 days. You guys wanna take a picture? It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. This is only the example of you do, like, if you wanna build your team, you know. But of course, it's not. It's depend what goal, what business, what is the business plan. But even though in Enagic, the structure of the next rank is basically on 2 lines, right? So they call it dash 2, dash 2 3, dash 2 4, right? The minimum is 2 lines.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you count it, it's only 2% of super recruiters, means you presented 2.48 people. What I mean is, I'm pretty sure if you do calculate your business now, your group now, the volume, most of them came only from 2 to 3 people. The total of your volume came from 2 or 3 people.
Yosef, can I just add something there?
Yeah, go ahead.
That if there's only 2 super recruiters out of 100,
Yes.
the chances are that if you have not done 100 people, you're not going to get any super recruiters because you can't be getting 0.5.
Yes, of course, it's true. So don't
So-
worry, the goal is numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which means that we have to be looking at, we need to be looking at minimum 100 people and upwards in order to get a minimum of 2 super recruiters. Because unless
Yes.
you have super recruiters, your ranking is going to go up only very slowly.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah,
good.
but But don't worry. Even though sometimes, you know, we get lucky, we get blessed. You know.
Yeah, of course. Sometimes if you're lucky, the super recruiter
Yeah.
comes at number 10, not at number.
Yeah. That's what I mean. You know. What I mean is, don't worry if you didn't get the super recruiter yet. It's okay because the statistic is 2% of 100. So maybe you get lucky, you get blessed.
Or maybe the super recruiter is number 101, 102.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, it's true. Yeah. All right. Now, this is failing in network marketing. This one is, you should avoid this one. Number one, it works less consistently. So 30 presentation every month in the next 3 months in a row is very important. Why in a row? Because we're gonna practice consistently, right? So that's what I'm sorry. I'm getting a little bit sound. What is? I think there's a mic open.
Maybe somebody's microphone is on. Yeah.
Okay. Can you can unmute? You can mute. Okay. All right. So consistently is more important for this system in order to work, right? Number two, didn't follow the system. So some people came to our group with many experience and backgrounds. Sometimes they have their own reason not to follow the system. It's okay. We don't have to push them, but you must make sure your core. I often use core. CORE, core. My core leaders. It's very important to my core leaders to understand this, follow the system. I mean, you got managers, you got professionals, you got businessmen, you got doctors coming into your business with their own knowledge and background. It's okay, and you also didn't have to like, oh my God, he's a doctor, I cannot teach him. No. This is your business. You are the latest person who joined in your any kind of business in this network marketing is the one is he's an expert of the business. You must have this mindset. I'm the expert of this business. Why? Because I joined earlier than you. So that's why you are their upline. So very important. Make sure they follow this. Today is basic things. I'm gonna discuss it. The follow the system in the intermediate skill. It's kind of hard, It's take time. Number 3 is you cannot establish a relationship and have a bad attitude in this network marketing. So even though Mr. Philip is a very good friend of mine, and he's not in the same tree. He even a cross line for me. But because it's kind of a habit to establish a good relationship, so I'm willing to share this. It's a kind of habit to have a good attitude. Why this is the failing? Because the right people is the people we want to have in our group, not just ordinary people who consumers buy the products and did nothing. So who is the right people? The right people is the people who diligent and consistent. Number 2, the right people is the people who willing to follow the system. Number 3, the right people is the people with a good attitude. So if you want to become a leader who own very big group with very many right people on it, so to find the right people, you must become the right people. Start with you. So you start diligently, consistently, have follow the system and have a very good attitude, and start reading books about people skill, learning about how to influence people with good things, those kind of attitude. Now, the most difficult rejection. Okay, this is the end part of my session tonight. the most difficult rejection. This is my experience. Not all of them is going to be your experience, but I don't know. Maybe you guys also experience this. The most difficult rejection is GFH, giving false hope. So many times I do a presentations, and so many times people are like, oh, very interesting. This is a great product. Oh, this is a great business. Okay, can I call you back? So many people say that. Can I call you back? Okay, okay, I'm gonna ask my spouse first, and then I call you back later on. Okay, thank you for sharing. It's a very good presentation. Okay, catch you later. Bye. Call you back. 100% they won't call you back, right? They giving false hope. This is very, very frustrating for me. So for me, the most difficult rejection is the people who giving the false hope, and we're gonna stuck with those kind of people. We're gonna keep follow up. We're gonna keep contact those people. Um, from my experience, don't do that. They just giving false hope. So, what is the cure for that disease? The solution of the giving false hope is work ethic. Work ethic means something like this. Yeah, this is a very interesting table column. Okay, I often take a notes of what I'm doing every day when I build my business. And Enagic, cryptocurrency, and everything, I do this, right? Monday, Tuesday, up to Sunday. So, if you have this work ethic, then you won't be distracted with those people who giving false hope, or you will not get disappointed with those people. Why? Because you're busy. You're too busy. You have precious time. Let's start with Monday. I start my business. Okay. You can see if this O3 means one-on-one. Okay. You understand that? One-on-one. I do one-on-one presentation, offline or Zoom. O3 means one-on-one. HM means I conduct a small meeting, a home meeting or a small meeting with my leaders, of course. Maybe 2 or 3 or 4, 5 people maximum. Now, there's a E-Day, or Indonesian group called Vision Day. It's a very large group of meeting. It's a gathering. It's an open plan presentation. E-Day means that, right? So there's a one-on-one, there's a home meeting, there's an open plan presentation. E-Day, right? So on Monday, I start in the morning. I got one-on-one, right? Then I got rejected. Okay, you guys following me this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I got rejected in the morning. What happened? I'm not disappointed or I'm not sad. You know why? Because I have in the afternoon after lunch I get another one-on-one. So I still have hope. There's another person with one-on-one presentation. So after lunch I do one-on-one, another one-on-one. What happened is from that one-on-one, remember the business cycle? If you do a presentation, it's very important. The goal is to have another time in the future in order to those people have you on the next meeting. So on after lunch presentation, I've succeeded the presentation with the goal that I have scheduled on follow-up on Tuesday in the morning. Right? Write down my agenda. So I continue the late coffee time, and up to 5 p.m. I get no presentation. But at 7:30 evening, I get home meeting. Now, what is the result from home meeting? One of those three or five people, one of them, I managed to get the follow-up schedule on Tuesday, coffee time on 3 o'clock, 3 p.m. Let's say on 3 p.m. Right. So on the next day, in the Tuesday, I already know I have plans for the morning follow-up, and also another one-on-one, the new one-on-one on Tuesday, another follow-up in the late on 3 o'clock, and I got no plans for the night, Tuesday night. But you know what happened? There's also another guy who wants to be follow up. Suddenly, this is a true story. That's why I write down everything. Some guys in the morning call me, hey, I want to meet you tonight. Okay. So I have two follow up. So what happened on the first follow up on Tuesday? The first follow up came from the second one-on-one on Monday. I got rejected. Oh my God, I got rejected. And then I still do the new one-on-one on Tuesday. I got rejected. But the follow-up from the Monday home meeting, I got scheduled. He invite some people on the lunchtime on Wednesday. So, and the late follow-up is rejected. Actually, it's canceled. No show at all, So Wednesday I got rejected, and after lunch I got the appointment. They want to come to the open plan presentation. I got rejected again, and then so on and so on. You see, my schedule is full. This is the habit of Gold Eagle, 30 presentation in a month. So with this kind of schedule, I'm pretty sure you are keep on going, keep on the spirit. You don't care about those people who rejected you. You don't care about those people who giving you false hope, because you're so busy. You have so many people to meet. You have so many schedules. These schedules came from your name list, came from your invite skill, came from your presentation skill and follow-up skills. The activity loop, right? So now what happens if I'm not a Gold Eagle? I don't follow the system. I don't do the activity loop. I don't do the name list. I don't invite people. I don't do 30 presentation a month. So Monday I got one-on-one only, got rejected, and got no schedule at all, and have a plan to come to the open plan presentation on Thursday night, but I already have only one schedule on Wednesday, got rejected, and nobody came to the open plan presentation. Definitely on Friday you're gonna call your upline. This is not working for me. I'm gonna quit this business. So this is the numbers game. Okay, handling objection while doing follow-up. Okay, I'm gonna do it fast. These are the words that people usually use to reject you. Busy. Busy is a very common word. I don't have time to do any kind of this business. Number two is prestige. Prestige means like those are big guys, rich people who look this business a very low class business. So prestige is also an issue. Some people will tell you, I'm not a good speaker, I cannot do a presentation, I cannot do the business. Some people will tell you this is illegal business, don't do this. And some people tell you don't have many friends, my spouse will not support, I didn't like this kind of business, it don't suit or it don't fit me, right? Don't worry. Use this technique. Okay, this is the very unique technique. The peel onion technique. Someone loves to cook, knows about peeling onion. Philip must know. The peel onion technique is the technique that use these words. Anything else? It's a very simple yet powerful word. Anything else? Or you can do it slowly. Anything else you want to say to me? So let's say, if people say, "Oh, I'm so busy," many people debate, argue. "Oh, no, you don't have to be busy in the business. You can do it part time." Blah 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 blah. You start to arguing people. Okay, the moment you start arguing people, that moment you lost the game, right? Maybe some people tell you, "Oh, I don't have many friends lah to speak this kind of business." Oh, yes, you have. You know, some of us have at least 10 people. You must at least have 10 people. You stop arguing with them, right? Or somebody said, "I didn't like this, it's not my kind of type of business." No, sure, this is your type. You start arguing with, debating what they say. It didn't work, pretty sure it didn't work. So you use the peel onion technique. If somebody said, "I think this is illegal business," you said, "Anything else you want to say?" And when you say this, they will, the mouth will keep coming, every word those people think of, "I'm busy, Anything else? Oh, my wife, I think my wife will not support me to do this business. Anything else? Oh, I don't have many friends, Anything else?" You just keep doing, anything else. So what is this technique very useful? Your energy is positive, but your prospect often be defensively and negative. So you must extract those negative. Just do the anything else just to keep the negative in their mind is coming out from their mouth. Okay, who owns a dog? Let's say you have a dog, right? Pit bull. Yeah, you know pit bull. Pit bull, big beagle. Those dogs are very high energy dog. So if you take it or take them walk in the street, walk them until they're exhausted, the dog exhausted, and then after they're exhausted, come back to your house, just sit very nicely, right? So what you do is something like that. Every people have negative mind on their own about your business, your opportunity you offer, So you keep peeling them off. Anything else? So after everything is come out, after finish, the negative is empty. What is left behind is the positive things. That moment you enter it, I know it takes practice, but it works. Some say, I think I'm not a good speaker. I cannot speak. Even in my office, I cannot say anything in front of my friends. You say anything else. So you do this to peel off the negative things. After that, after all the negatives is come out, you enter with these words. Now, what left behind is only the positive. Can I show you the solution for that? Can I show the solution for you? Can I show the solution for your problem? And then, it depends on which angle you want to enter. It's okay if you enter the health issues, can be done. If you enter the business issue, the 8-point system, maybe you can be done also. Either way, the prospect is already positive people. So can I show the solution for that? All right. And then dig deep the name list. So I used to bring, don't forget to bring a piece of paper, a piece of paper like this. I used just to bring this piece of paper and a pen, and when I already said this, can I show you the solution for that? I just use piece of paper and a pen, and start digging, start explaining the health issues, and start explaining the 8 point, and the last thing I do is on the back side of my paper, I started to dig deep his name list. Okay, Richard, do you have some friends who have health issues like cancer, heart issues, headache issues, weight issues? Oh yes, of course. I have a mom with headache issues. I have brothers. Start digging, start writing the name list. After I dig deep the name list, I show the man, the person, hey, it turned out to be you're very good at this business, because at least most people average in 1 minute, they can write down 10 to 17 names in 1 minute. So if you dig deep in 1 minute, they write down the name, or you write them for them, about 10 to 70 names. And after that, I show the man, I show Richard, hey Richard, turned out to be, it's not like what you said. You said you don't have any friends to do the business. Oh my God, you have a very big potential. You have 10 names here. If this one of these 10 names become your team and purchase the machine or become your group, you just start a business, man. Just show them it works. Dig deep the name list. I use paper and pen. Simple things. And I also often use sometimes scale 1 to 10 technique. In the end of session, I ask them in the scale of 1 to 10. 1 is you don't like this presentation and you didn't interested to the business. And number 10 is you really want to start now and become an active in the business. So what number you are now? Average people say about 6 to 8. Let's say they said, "Oh, I think I'm number 7, bro." And what you said is, "Okay, what can I do for you in order to help you get from number 7 to number 10?" Let me repeat it one more time. In the scale of 1 to 10, Richard, number 1, Richard, you don't interested to my business. You don't want to see me anymore. Number 10 is you really want to sign up now and become active, and let's work together and make it happen, man. What scale are you? Oh, bro, Joseph, I think I'm number 6, Okay, that's good, Richard. So what can I do for you in order to help you get from number 6 to number 10? And these guys will like, oh, I must ask my spouse. Okay, can we meet together with the spouse? Oh, I must ask, those guys. The scale between 6 to 10 is the last problem in order to Richard to sign up right away and do the business. But also some people say, I'm number 1 and 2, bro. I'm sorry. Okay, it's okay. Don't push people. They're number 1 and 2, so you cannot force number 1 to 10 now. It takes time. It's okay. Just keep on, right? So and also I like to do trial closing. Sometimes a piece of paper is very powerful tools. And smartphone, is a very, very powerful tool. Trial closing is you are assuming you want to sign up now. So sometimes I use this, Okay, Richard, can I borrow your ID? In Indonesia, we use ID, right? Or passport.
Malaysia is using ID.
Okay, Richard, can I borrow your ID? Yes, sure. What for? just want to take picture because in order to purchase and sign up this business, you have to fulfill the form and you give a copy of your ID. I'm assuming Richard is want to sign up now. That's why I do trial closing. And Richard will say, "But I'm not signing up now. It's okay. Let me have your as a file. Let me have your ID as a file if you okay with that, because it's a very legal business and legit business. It's a very professional business. We must know who is we working with who, and we must know. Maybe you said Enagic must know who they're working with. Just assuming they're signing. But sometimes use the form and hey, Richard, what is your bank account in order to this company transfer your commission? Oh, this is the favorite word I use. Hey Richard, can I know your bank account? What for? Yeah, of course for the commission, bro. The Enagic will transfer the commission about maybe starting with 500 to 1,000 to 2,000, 20,000. It should be go to the bank, bro. It's legal business. In order company to transfer the commission. The company will transfer the commission to my bank? Yeah, of course, bro, automatically. So I need your bank now. Yeah, so, those kind of things psychologically I used to assuming Richard. And sometimes but I don't want to sign up now. It's okay. I only write down. It's only for a file. Maybe on the next day after tomorrow, next week, to sign up. They're already here because I'm quite busy. Also the company also have lots of distributor coming. Just do trial closing. Okay, whose name you want us use to join is the right word. Can I borrow your ID? Something like that. All right. Now, which product you want to like also is the favorite one. So handling objection while doing follow-up is peel onion technique, scale 1 to 10, trial closing. You can take a picture of this, and with this session, I'm going to end it with some words. Follow-up is about people skill. So you must learn from the books and practice. People join you, not your business. Okay, this one you must remember. People join you, not your business. Based on trust, people join your business. Even you do a very nice, great presentation for 1 hour, one thing they remember to sign up right away is not the business, it's not your presentation. It's you. They see you excited. They see you very honest, sincere. They see you fired up, enthusiastic with this business. So people join you, not your business. Okay, let's talk, listen a lot. Don't argue. Okay, anything else? See, that is let's talk, but listen a lot. Anything else? Peel onion technique is let's talk, listen a lot. Do not argue. Do not debate. Don't forget to give credit. Oh, Richard, I noticed you're getting handsome, huh? Oh, Richard, I heard you are getting promoted. Oh, Richard, I heard your son is very smart in his school, and his school, yeah. So give any small credit, right? People love credit. I mean, I love credit. Philip didn't quite giving me credit. Just joking, bro. Just joking. Thank you for listening for me. Now it's time for us to question and answer. Okay. Do a lot of uncomfortable things that other people don't want to do, and finally you enjoy the comfort that other people don't get. Remember your dream, and my dream is have a coffee with a freedom lifestyle. I also like to shoot in the shooting range and travel a lot. So this is my dream. Keep traveling after this COVID-19 pandemic and have a coffee in every Hard Rock cafe around the world. Okay, let's have question and answer. Back to you, Mr. Philip.
Okay, great session. Thank you very much. A round of applause for our guest speaker, Yosef.
Yeah.
Um,
Great.
yeah, I want to bring out one particular point.
Yeah.
I think one of the biggest challenges that all distributors face is being disappointed with rejection.
Yeah.
So I think the part about being too busy to be disappointed is a great way of looking at things.
Mm-hmm. True.
And of course, the timetable sets out how busy you are. The timetable sets out such that you practice the kind of focus, the kind of concentration that you need to be successful in a business.
Yeah. True.
And of course, before both the focus and the concentration, you need to look at the clarity of your goals. The clarity of your goals is that you want to achieve whatever it is that your goals are.
Yeah.
So this is a basic level of System 501. I think.
I don't, let's not say this is the 501 system. I help them to build the system, but
Okay.
This is a very, very general system. It can be
Okay.
adopted to any direct selling or any business who have a relationship with the people.
Yeah, I find that there's actually quite a lot of similarities on many of the pointers with our Kangen Express.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to be doing a Kangen Express session at level 2 on this Saturday. If you'd like to join us, you're welcome, but don't feel obligated. Only if you like.
Okay. Sure.
So I'm going to open for questions
Yes,
to the floor
please.
now. Anybody here would like to ask our guest speaker any questions regarding his perspective on the business? Let's start with Privit.
Yes, sir. Hello.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hello.
I just want to ask you something. In that name list, you categorize as FAST fast. But
Yeah.
how did you give the number? What was the criteria of giving the numbers? Like 3, 2, 1. That
Okay.
I missed that part actually.
Okay. It's okay. Okay, let's start with the name list. All right. It's you can do it in your own number actually, but it's only for valuation. So
Okay.
so
I got it.
let me share you one more time.
Can,
all right.
Can I just add something there that I'm assuming that if it is a 3, it means that it's perhaps the top 30%. If it's a 2, it's a middle 30%, and if it's a 1, that would be the bottom 30%. So not so much of an exact scale, but your idea of roughly which 1/3 it falls within the scale of 1 to 10, I suppose.
Now I got it. Yeah, thank you. I got it.
The truth is, you know, if someone is above you, is number 3. If someone is the same level as you, is number 2.
Okay.
If someone is below, is number 1. So you just do the regions of those people financial. If it's like, let's say, Budi is more richer than me, so I put in those.
Got it. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. No problem.
Okay.
Okay.
It's our Rajiv there. Rajiv?
Yes, sir.
Rajiv, you have a question?
No, sir.
You're totally happy, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, I will ask Nihal. Nihal, what is the question?
So,
question is, Yosef sometime back said he doesn't do the demo showing the water the way we do, like showing ORT and alkalinity and all. How do you do the demo?
Okay, that's a very, very good question and very common question. Okay. What I'm saying is I'm not teaching you guys anything. It's sharing of my experience. So at the first 6 months, I think I'm still doing the demo, right? But I notice it's quite taking time when you do like one-on-one or a small meeting, and people don't have time here. It's too traffic here in Jakarta also. So the great things about we talk about particularly Enagic, right? So the great things about the Enagic business is so many third-party experts give great credit about our products. So what I bring if I don't have time to do a demo, I bring the book called The Miracle of Enzyme.
Yeah.
The enzyme that the
Dr.
Hiromi Shinya.
Yes, Hiromi Shinya.
Yeah.
And also Robert G. Wright, YouTube or
Killing cancer.
Book. Yes. So I bring those two books. So what I said is, let's say Richard again. Oh, Richard, so many Richard, right? So Richard, I notice you don't have time, so you only got maybe 15 minutes for me. Yes, of course. So I'm gonna talk to you about this project. This project is product based. The product is water. So if I said about water, I think it will be wasting of time if we talk about water. So this is a free 2-gallon. I often bring two books and at least 1 gallon of 2 liters or 5 liters of free pH, 9.0 something. This is free water for you to drink, and the one who gonna tell you about how great this water is not me, because I'm not a doctor and I'm not an expert of this. But the one who's gonna tell you about how great this water is, this one. So I show him the book, and sometimes I lend the book for my prospect. You can bring this book. I already specifically the page 157 on the Miracle of Enzyme said about Kangen. So this doctor is very super doctor who said great things about this water. And this doctor, Robert G. Wright, also say good things about this water against cancer. So I'm not the person who proper to tell about this water. And Richard said that. So what you going to tell me about? I'm going to tell you about this business can bring us at least $20,000 in a month for the next 10 months. Now that's interesting for me. So from 15 minutes go to the 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and an hour talk about only for business. But you don't use that in every person you meet. It's flexible.
Yeah.
Some people still want to talk about the water. It's okay, talk about water, but don't get the you are the expert, you are the doctor. Use the third party. You bring the book. You show him the YouTube and everything.
So in other words, what Yosef is saying is, the book is a way for you to edify the so-called expert. Yeah.
Yes, the correct word is to edify.
Yeah. Now, Nihal, the other thing is, I think you missed our last session of Kangen Express Level 2. I suggest strongly you attend this Saturday's session, because it will help you to answer some of the questions that are in your mind currently. okay, including this particular one in a different perspective. All right.
Okay, let me add you
Thank you.
something.
Thank you.
Let me add you something. The reason I didn't do the demo anymore because I have a bad experience with the demo. So it was like 20 people gathered, and my downline didn't tell me it was a very special audience. They all doctors. So,
Highly technical audience.
oh my God, when I do a demo and those 20 people, the face start to changing, and then I'm sweating here, oh my God, this doctor, what was saying? From that on, I think I'm very gonna use the book for 285.
Next time, invite me first.
Oh yeah, of course.
This is good idea.
Yeah. Okay. Anyone else have questions?
Alok G, do you have a question, Alok G?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. What is your question?
Very specific question. He said that you should invite the spouse also
Yeah.
for the demo. But in India, the moment you invite the spouse, you are looked at with suspicion.
Okay. All right. That's a good.
This is very typical to the Indian audience.
Okay.
Now, I would say that there are certain things that may be specific to
Yeah.
the
Sure.
country. India could be one of those where inviting the spouse may not always be the best
Yes. Of course.
approach.
Okay. What is okay? I know this is not it's not about the system who can fit in every country, but the thing is like this. Some people needed third party advice in order for them to make decision, right? Most of them is their spouse. If you maybe if you invite them to the big meeting, it's okay. But if you have, it's kind of problem to invite their spouse to come, well, you should not to invite. But maybe you can lend something for him. Let's say, okay, I have this book I can lend you, but I will take this book. I used to set deadline. You can borrow my book, but I will take it in the next 3 days. I will call you, right? So you can give link video, or you can lend the guy book or something, or maybe just the water, just try to the spouse try this or accept this information. Right. So in order for him or her to get positive support.